Take one. When we were first assigned our TED Talk, I was overwhelmed with creative passion. I was overwhelmed with the desire to create something that would be engaging, be impactful, be something that anybody and everybody would want to watch, that would rival the TED Talk showcase stage. I thought I could use engaging and fast action takes. Boom, boom, boom. I thought that I could come up with dramatic pauses, things that would engage the audience, things that not only would cause them to want to listen, but also be impacted by what I had to say. I was in overwhelming shock by the opportunity I had to create something, because that is what I love to do. I love to create. I love to do. I love to make things that people want to be a part of or see or hear or know. So these dramatic pauses, these takes of places, some far countries, or shots of beautiful landscapes and scenery, all of these things I figured I could use. I thought this would cause this TED Talk to be awesome. I was assigned this TED Talk, and I did what any other college student would do: write it in my planner. I put it down, wrote it on the date that it's due, forgot about it. I let it become something that just sat months in advance, weeks in advance, days in advance. And every day things piled up, as they always do with any business professional, with any creative, and with any person in general that does anything. Life piles up, things happen. And it gets busier and busier and busier. And as I've noticed, I'm here the day this TED Talk's due, and I'm standing and trying to get this thing done. And so that's what I want to title this TED Talk, is Get This Thing Done. Our life isn't meant to be a overarching title of Get This Thing Done, or on to the next thing, or the to-dos checklist is done for the day. It is not meant to be like that. Our life is not meant to be something that to be checked off, or to be done well, or to receive an applause, or to any of those things. We're not created just for the task. We're created for the experience, for the adventure, for the life, for the breath, for the moment, for the feelings, for everything that this life encapsulates. We're created for that. We're created to enjoy these things. And now I'm standing here doing this TED Talk hours before I meant to turn it into you, Professor. And I've got a jackhammer in the background and traffic going on because I rushed trying to find a good spot. The sun's hitting me weird, and all of my creative mind is like, this is not working, this is not working, this is not, stress, 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 stress. Builds, builds, builds. But I'm here, and I gotta get this thing done. So I wrote this TED Talk in my planner, and I forgot about it. I got busy. I stayed out too late during many nights, and I allowed my creative ideas that were initial to maintain this course that I could do it, and it was far enough in advance, so I didn't have to worry. So now I have to manage time. One of the most impactful chapters for me in Cashman was this idea of time management and energy. This balance of always trying to manage my time, this balance of always trying to get everything done that I need to get done, get everything figured out that I need to have figured out, and balance those tasks and balance my time and try and be regimented and try and get things done and try and be organized and make sure that everything's done with sufficient time and be depleted all the time, be energy drained every moment. It made no sense to me. Like, my actions, the way I went about things, the way I did stuff with school has always been the same. Most of the time it's the night before, most of the time it's the day of, most of the time it's that way. And I just figured that's how I'm going to do this until I get done, until I get this thing done. But Cashman talked about energy being this thing that is always there, always there. Time is not always there, but energy is always there. And if you manage your energy well, you'll be able to do great things with your time. And I was blown away by that thought. I'm still blown away by that thought. I have no idea how to implement this into my life, but it's something that I've been holding on to and trying to figure out, well, does that mean I should discipline myself more? Does that mean I should say no to more things? Because I am for sure known as a yes man. I'm for sure somebody who just does things and is like, yes, I'll help you. Yes, I'll do this. Yes, 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 yes. And then if you look at my planner, the TED Talk, no wonder I'm doing it on the day of. No wonder I'm doing these assignments right before it's meant to be done, because I do these things all the time. I just busy myself busy myself and busy myself. And then it affects things. It affects my life. And I'm not meant, I know this isn't meant to be like this draining session, but and I don't mean to say all of that. But the reality is we need to be better with our energy. We need to be better with how it goes, because yeah, caffeine flows and you can go to Starbucks every day and get your boost, but then what happens? You become dependent. And I don't want to become dependent. I've had weeks and times where I've just shut down and said no more coffee, because I'm trying to not be dependent upon it. But at the same time, I kind of need it. I kind of need it to get this thing done. So this mindset has translated into a lot of the group work, a lot of the assignments, a lot of everything I've done in college, a lot of everything I've done in relationships, a lot of things I've done with people in general, and tasks that I'm supposed to do. And it's something that has affected my group work even in this class, and where I've been on the day of writing an agenda for our meeting, or on the moment of trying to cover all the different bases so that we can talk to our client well. I have had a great experience. I've had a great time. And even now you can see me. I'm trying to tie everything in. I'm trying to make it all work. I'm trying to get this thing done and meet the task list and make sure all the bullet points are covered so that I can at least make on the grading rubric the reality that I've done this. Okay, yeah, I've said all the right things and I've done that. Good. Even though it's done, I'll put it behind me. But I want to live this life well. I want to be excellent in the things I do. And I want to encapsulate this idea of energy management over time management. Being so full of energy that my time is used wisely, that my time is used in a way that benefits me and others, and the tasks that I'm called to do. That makes sure that our client is satisfied, that makes sure that these videos or these things that we have to do for classes, these assignments, these tests even, are done well. And so, in order to take all of that on, I feel like I have to look from within. I feel like that's a lot of a part of ourselves. We look deeply within. Cashman always talks about it's a lot of what we're trying to master is within. And it takes adjustments, and it takes realization, and it takes work, and it takes meditation. It takes all of these great things to build upon this foundation of you and mastering who you are. And now transitioning into this class, you, Professor, have allowed me to understand more about what this looks like. You've helped me understand and open my mind and open my ideas of what this actually could be. And this is by far one of the craziest classes I've ever taken. I mean, I've never had to sit there and write down a purpose statement and be very intentional and be very serious about what it means and call myself a doer and then take a walk and think about it in a classroom setting. I've never had to do that. But it's made me think. It's caused me to consider things. It's caused me to come up with this life motto of paddle out. This idea of going out and having the faith regardless of whether the task is too big or too small or something I've done before or not, but to paddle out in the faith that the Lord's going to guide me. These things have come from this class. And if I were to give an example of somebody who's shown servant leadership, I could list a plethora of names. I could tell you that Jesus has given so many examples throughout Scripture of servant leadership. The man who's put everything down that he knows that he is, that he knows that he's capable of, to serve the lowest. To lead the greatest while serving the lowest. And no task has ever been greater for him. No task has ever been smaller for him. It's always been things to do for others. My dad, laying down the fact that he was born into a family that the CEO was doing well. His dad was the CEO, and he never had to, or never relied on that. He never relied on that to get him places. He never relied on that to be something that would take him far in life. He's worked hard. He built his own reputation. He built his own name. He served the lowest. He served in the lowest position. He fought hard for his family when things weren't fair, when things weren't right. He served. He didn't give up. He didn't complain. He didn't blame. He served. In the same way, I can't sit here and blame all the tasks that I've done, all the things that I got busy with, or, oh, life just happens just because I didn't get this TED Talk done on time, and blame those things. No. It takes a different attitude. It takes a different mindset. It takes that energy management. It takes all of the authenticity of my own being and that mastery and everything that it is that Cashman talks about to encapsulate the fact that we can be better. Life is not about getting this thing done. Life is not about the checklists. Life is not about being strictly a doer, which is what my son thing that we did in class said. And I struggle with that. This class has shown me a lot. My group has been phenomenal. I have been able to grow in many aspects of my communication, grow in many aspects of my leadership development and the way that I build certain agendas, or I understand a contract now, and my team has been phenomenal. We have more fun, I think, than any team in the class. And to be honest with you, we get stuff done. From conference calls to organizing anything, every single person has a task, and every single person is great at it. And we've diversified so well, and we've delegated so well that we get things done and do it well. And I'm very blessed and very honored to be part of the team that I am. And I think they're great people. They're amazing people. Meeting our clients was phenomenal. Going to ECHS and talking to Julie and seeing the school and seeing the cool environment that it creates for the students is phenomenal. And I'm proud to be backing something that stands for such a great cause for nature, for the environment, for the students growing and having an opportunity to go to college. That's phenomenal. I'm honored to be a part of that. I'm honored to be a part of this class. I'm honored to be a part of this TED Talk right now. Yeah, it's last minute. Yes, I have to get this thing done. But this is not my life. This is not my motto. This is not the way I'm going to live. So in conclusion, a servant leader is somebody who, regardless of the task, regardless of their position, regardless of whatever it is they've been told, whatever it is they believe, serves. A willing heart, compassion, belief in the task, whatever it may be. It's somebody who puts down the title, puts down the suit coat jacket, and gets his hands dirty, gets her hands dirty, and serves. And does it well, with a smile on their face, or with a willing heart, or just doing it. Not for the applause, not for, oh wow, that person's wow, serve. No, it's the heart. It's the heart behind it. And I want to be better at that, and I want to encapsulate everything that I can of that type of calling, of that type of purpose, of that servant heart. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where this goes. I'm so thankful for this opportunity, and now I can say I've got this thing done. But I don't want to just follow up with getting the next thing done and the next thing done and my planner filling up again. I want to do this well and let this be a reflection on that time and that mindset, and be a reminder to me and to those who are watching and to anyone else who hears this that it's not about getting things done. It's about doing things well.